Right, I'm now on Busbridge Road. This one would eventually take me up to Lewes Village, whereas the other one, further up there, veers round to the left again, and that takes you into Cox Heath. View through the trees there. I have my 59th birthday later in the month. I've lived in Maidstone all my life, and there's still parts on the edge of Maidstone where I doubt I've even been through ever in a car, let alone on foot. So this is all new to me. Another footpath sign there. And I've reached the Pimp's Court farm shop. Interesting to find what the derivation of the word pimps is, whether it's a name or what it is. Fresh strawberries, £2.50 a punnet. Well, we're slightly too early for the strawberries, aren't we? Kindling, £4, £2 for logs. I think one of my friends who got married recently, I think his wife has persuaded him that they've got to have a wood fire. So they've got rid of their gas fire and they've got a wood fire. There is some sort of discussion going on about whether wood fires are really environmentally friendly. My friend lives at Cox Heath, so he doesn't live far from here. And from what he's telling me, in the past I think he's walked to the pub at West Farley and then walked home to Cox Heath, so he must have had to come round some of the area that I've been walking, but I couldn't tell you exactly where. I had an adventure last December where I took a turning and I thought I was going to be able to keep veering left and follow the road to a place called Chart Sutton, but what it actually did was it took me back round to the right and I ended up at the bottom of Linton Hill. In fact, where we are now, we're not really that far from the edge of what they call the Weald of Kent. My friend who lives in Sutton Valence, out of his window, he can see gorgeous views of the Weald. And the Weald goes along to Tunbridge Wells, that sort of area, where it's known as the High Weald, where I think it meets the hills that skirt the M25. And if you take the train from Paddock Wood through Tunbridge, I'm not sure if it's before or after Sevenoaks, you go under these hills. There's a railway tunnel through them. Lovely sound of the wind blowing through the trees. In fact, I've got a feeling I have driven down this road And I think when I came down here, or was that further up? I remember when we came back from somewhere on holiday, I think it was Dorset in 2014, there was huge rainstorms in the Maidstone area. Gary and I were going to Ramblin' Man, 2014 I think it was, the inaugural one, which today has finally been cancelled. About time too, because I never thought they was going to be able to have the thing. So these roads are absolutely waterlogged, and we thought Moat Park was going to be absolutely waterlogged, but because you've got a big lake in Moat Park, most of the water somehow had evaporated from the grass, and it was a great festival. In fact, I think it may have been the inaugural one, I'm not actually sure, I can never remember when that started. I think in a previous video I said 2012, but it couldn't have been 2012. I think it was more likely to be 2014, because we went to High Voltage in 2010, 2011, Victoria Park in Hackney, which was brilliant. And then that festival was run by Mama Festivals. It didn't continue, so we had to wait another couple of years for a classic rock music festival. And then what do we find? It's coming to our hometown, and the headliner, none other than Greg Allman. And this was about a couple of years before, 3 or 4 years before Greg died. And it was fantastic to hear tracks like Melissa and Stormy Monday and probably Statesboro Blues as well perform live. Craig Bank. Dog walking, grooming, cat pet visiting. Well, I don't know whether that's you going to visit someone's pet or them taking dogs to go to a care home or some sort of thing like that. And then we have a drop down that side and trees to the other side of the valley. And I'm going to stop this one here.